So you think you're ready to become the top executive at your organization. But the question is, do you have the two pieces of information that will determine your success or failure as a top executive? Because there's a lot of people who chase the top spot in any organization, and they come into it thinking that the job is about all of these 50 different things, and they miss the two most important things that will determine your level of success. And if you don't have the right level of success, if you don't have these things measured in your mind and be effective at them, then you're going to become one of those executives that has the title, it has the responsibility, but is not getting the job done. You won't be respected by your peers around the country. You won't be expected by the top board that governs your organization. You may not even be respected by the people below you because you failed to understand the two fundamental things that the top executives in every organization must have if they want to succeed. So I want to give them to you and give you an opportunity to understand how you become the top executive, one that is doing amazing things, growing a great organization, growing great people, and then putting you in the best position to be successful long term. The first thing, if you want to become a top executive, you got to have a vision. Now, when I say vision, I want to be real specific. You have to have a vision of where you want your company to go. You got to have a vision that's inspiring. You got to have a vision that's empowering. And most importantly, a vision that everybody sees themselves as a part of that vision. Now, what do I mean see themselves as a part of the vision? You might have a great vision that resonates with you. It might resonate with your board, or it might resonate with one or two people. But your vision has to resonate with every person in the organization. They have to connect to it. So you have to paint a picture on the terms in which they understand. And so when I say terms, I'm talking about how you communicate that vision. Don't just have a vision and put it in a memo document and put it on a shelf and expect everybody to read it. Don't put it in PowerPoint slides and think people are just going to own it. And definitely don't send it out in email, because I promise you, nobody will read it. So if you have a vision for your organization, you got to find a way to communicate that vision to everybody who may understand in a different way. So let me give you an example. Let's say I decide that I want to give you a 10-bedroom house with 11 bathrooms, a 3-car garage on 5 acres of land. That house belongs to you. That's the vision that I painted. Now, you probably have an image of a 10-bedroom house in your mind. Now, I've told you that and said that this house belongs to you and we're going to go to this house together. Now, there's some people who will hear that vision and see that in their own mind and says, you know what, Anton, I'm right there with you. Let's go find the house, because they're ready to jump on board. But then there's some people who say, Anton, that's just a vision. That's a pipe dream. I really need to see the house before I believe it. And so maybe you have to pull out a photograph and show them a picture of what the house actually looks like. And they might say to you, Anton, I'm on board now because I really see the house. I'm all invested. Let's go find this house. But then there are other people who might say, you know what, Anton, I see their house, but I don't know if their house is empty on the inside. I don't even know if their house has anything other than a facade on the outside. And they may want to see the blueprints of the house. So you may have to roll out and show them block by block, brick by brick, corner by corner, how this house is constructed, because they're the type of person that might need to understand that level of detail before they buy into the vision. And that's okay, because you need all types on your team, and some people need the details before they believe that the vision can become a reality rather than the vision being a pipe dream. So you may have to have some blueprints. But then you're going to have these few people who say, you know what, Anton, I see that house that you told me. I saw the vision. I see the blueprints. But how do I know it's mine? Well, you're going to have to take them to the house and put the keys in their hands before they believe that the house is really, really theirs. And so the question is, as a leader, do you understand how different people may see a vision? Do you even have a vision that anybody can see? If you want to become a top executive, that's the first thing you got to have, is you got to have a vision. Without a vision, Your organization will perish, your team will perish, and you will fail as a leader. Here's the second thing. Having a vision is a big, important part. But the second part is you got to become an expert. And when I say an expert, I'm not talking about what you train for in the 3 degrees in the 25-year career that you've built. Yeah, you might know your subject area especially. You may be one of the smartest people. You studied and got a PhD, you got a master's degree, you started a bachelor's degree. You know your work through and through. Your product knowledge is unquestionable. But product knowledge is not going to help you to be a great executive. It actually might help you to be a terrible executive because you know so much about the product that you probably need to be doing the job rather than the person trying to lead the team that's doing the job. So what am I saying to you? You got to become an expert, not at the product. You got to become an expert on the people. See, when you become a top executive, you're going to spend about 80 to 90% of your time in and around people. You're going to be talking to people who are your peers, people who are your direct reports, people that you are leading. So you got to understand people. You got to understand what inspires them, what empowers them, what motivates them, what makes them tick, and yes, also what frustrates them or pisses them off. You got to understand those motivating levers inside of every person that you lead. Because when you understand people, you can move people, you can motivate people, and you can judge people in ways to know whether they're part of the vision and they're part of where you're trying to go, or maybe you need to help them transition to another role, or maybe even to another organization. But you won't ever be able to do that if you just stay an expert on the product. So you got to find a way to capture those two things. That is, have a great vision and learn how to communicate it well, but secondarily, become an expert at people. If you become an expert at people, you will have that top level promotion, that executive role that you've been seeking and that you know that you're ready for. But be ready because you got a vision and because you understand people. If this video makes sense to you, please share it, like, comment, give me some feedback, because my goal is to help you to become the most admired executive in your organization's history. Have a great day.